Good day to all. I'm Kalavani Jayaraman. Today I will be explaining to you on Chapter 11, Suzu Art of War, that is the Nine Battleground. Let's look at the chapter outline. In part 1, we'll be looking into the matching strategies with group characteristics. Here we will be looking into how does the general match the group with the characteristics. Then we'll be looking into the business application. That will be the 7 stages of life cycle of business. Let's move on to part 1. Matching strategies with group characteristics. Once the general have decided on the battleground, the terrain is fixed. The general have to compete with the characteristics and the feature of the terrains. Once you have decided, there is no turning back. Since the terrain is fixed, the deployment and the movement of the troops are now subjected to operational matters. It is very crucial for general to focus on the detail of the terrain and then plan accordingly as it decide if they are winning or losing the battle. When a battleground is known with a good strategy, decisions, and a well planned of the battle, will result in claiming victory. But if a wrong battleground chosen with good detailed planning, it will doom victory. Now, let's look at the types of ground and the action. Dispersive ground. In this battleground, various warlords will be fighting to occupy the ground. So, what's the action? Do not engage in fighting. Why? Maybe they are stronger. It means maybe the enemies are stronger. So, should be avoided. The second ground is frontier ground. In this frontier ground, armies will be fighting in the enemy's ground, yet nearer to the army's own territory. So, what's the action? Continue to fight and try to conquer the enemy's territory. Key ground. This ground gives a great advantage to both parties. So, the action? It is advisable not to advance to this ground if enemy have already occupied this ground. Communicative ground. In this ground, both parties have a certain freedom of movement. The action? Make sure the armies are not scattered around. Focal ground. It's a kind of ground of key that allows to three neighboring states. So, for the armies that occupy one neighboring state will be able to control the rest of the neighboring states. So, what's the action? The action will be try forming alliances with the other neighboring states as well as they able to help in terms of supplies, weapons, and so on. Battleground 6, that is serious ground. In this serious ground, when the armies invades into the heart of hostile country, leaving a number of fortified cities behind. So what is the action? Feed on the supplies and resources of the enemy. Treacherous ground. This ground will be difficult for the army to move as there are heavily forested marshes, fen, rock slopes, and mountains. So, what's the action if you're in this ground? It is advisable not to camp in this ground. Constricted ground. This ground can be reached through a narrow valley and pathway. So, what's the action? The action here is the army must come up with a plan and strategies on how to move in this ground. Why do they have to be careful? Because the enemy will be preparing for them as the pathway is narrow. Deadly ground. This is a deadly ground. The name itself uh, explains to us how does this ground looks like. Okay, so when we are in this ground, there's no turning back. So one must fight relentlessly through fearless fighting in order to survive. If anyone army that does not fight relentlessly, they will be definitely will perish in this battle. So what's the action? So you have to fight relentlessly in this ground. Okay, let's move on to the business application. There are seven stages of business life cycle. Every organization that comes up with a products or services, they have to face the seven stages of business life cycle. Let's look at the stages. Stage 1. So at this stage 1 we called seed stage. In this stage, this is the beginning of a person's idea that what he or she would like to do in the future. So, more to say, this stage is a birth of a new business. So, the challenges. The challenges in this stage is that overcoming the market acceptance on the business and looking specifically on the niche market opportunities. So, what should we do here? The focus here should be on matching the opportunities with the experience that you have, including your skills and your passion towards business. The importance here, the focus, also be on deciding the ownership of the business, especially if we have more than one partners or members. So based on the ratio of capitals, each member's ownership is decided. The business will have advisors where they will be guiding the business to the future. The business need to create a business planning on how the business will be moving to the market acceptance. Stage 2. So we call that as a startup stage. In this startup stage, the business is born and exit legally. The production of product or services is in progress in this stage. Here you have your first customers. The challenge: underestimate money is needed and the time to market your products. The main challenge is when you underestimate the money. You should not use up all the money that you have to produce the product. The money need to be kept so that there are cash flow into the bank. So, in order for you to produce the product, first of all, you must learn what exactly the customers wants. Make sure that you do a reality check to find out if your business is in the right track. Focus. The focus here should be able to establish customers base and market presence along with tracking and bringing in cash flow to the business. Let's look at stage 3. Stage 3 is growth stage. So we have seen the infant. Now we are moving to growth as a child. At this stage, we see the growing of the revenues as well as customers. There will be many opportunities as well as issues to be handled. The business will enjoy maximum profit, but competitors will start to increase in this stage. The challenges: the business must have effective management as well comes up with a new business plan. Here, the manager will train and delegate the job to employees based on their capabilities as well as their talent. By creating an effective teamwork in business, they can conquer the development stage. So, the focus: the business must have a proper accounting and management system and a proper recruitment process to deal with influx of business. Let's move on to stage 4. So by this stage, the business has been established. This business has reached the maturity and very profitable. At this stage also, the business has a strong market shares as well as loyal customers. And the sales in this stage are ongoing. The challenges. The business should stay focused on the issues like the economic condition, the competitors, or the changing in customers' preferences, which will put a full stop to your hard work on the business. So, it is the ongoing process that the business have to keep on monitoring customers' preferences because customers' preferences will keep on changing based on the trend. Focus here. So, since this has been the challenge, so the focus here should be on the development of the products and how to increase the productivity. So, here the business need to find out if internal efficiency needed to be improved. For example, outsourcing. By having outsourcing, it may reduce the expenses and as well as the continues the improvement in productivity. A lot of business have been doing this. They have been using outsourcing in order to reduce the expenses in the business. The business expand to a new market and the distribution channel so that the business can find a market that gives new revenues as well as the profits. The challenge. The business should explore on the capabilities and the knowledge of the business owners have. They should try to find ways to expand their business. The precaution to make sure the expansion does not end in the wrong choice, as it will be disastrous. So, the focus. The development of a new product is necessary here to add on to the existing market. The development of market could create a new market as well as the prospect customers. Now let's move on to stage 6. Stage 6 is considered a mature stage. Sales and profits are stable, but the business still in a fierce competition. Eventually, the sales of this business will fall and the business have to make decisions if the business would like to continue to expand or choose to exit the business. So, the challenges here. The profits will fall in this stage, sales reduce, and there will be negative cash flow. The business cannot stand negative cash flow for long. Either the business have to move back to the expansion stage or they have decided, okay, that's enough. They do not want to expand, so they choose to exit the final stage. The focus here. The business need to do search for a new opportunities or business ventures. The business need to cut costs so that the cash flow can be sustained. Now, the final stage, that is exit. If the business chooses not to expand, then the business will continue to come to the exit stage. So here the business is shutting down. The challenges here, if you intend to sell the business out to someone, then what do you have to do? You have to do a realistic valuation based on the current marketplace. Or closing down happens due to the loss in finance and physiological aspects. So, the focus here, if you want to sell your business, then you have to try to get a prosper valuation on your company based on the current market. Then you set up a legal buy sell agreement along with the business transition plan. That's all for part 1. Thank you.